Alright, this is my jolly intro. Oh, I was supposed to have my glasses on when I pulled the reveal. Boom. Gotta get the Pit Vipers. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Thermal Smashers. We're doing some more thermal smashing today. I think that mic's a little hot. How hot is that mic? Too hot? How about now? No, that's max hot. We want less hot. Less hot. That's probably better. Maybe I'm just talking too loud. I don't know. I'm pumped today, guys. We're flying in the Alps. And I think with some actual real glider pilots. Ent Pro, first time chatter. Hey, bud. Thanks for joining. What's going on? You come here for some thermal smashing also? Although I think it's mostly ridge lift today, so. But there'll be some thermals out there, I think. I'm just gonna give a few minutes here before I load in. And their Ent Pro is now following. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Where are you following from, Ent Pro? Happy holidays, by the way. All right, let me bring up the task here. Let's take a look at what we're doing today up in the Alps. We're flying with the Got Gravel guys. The Got Gravel guys. And we're doing, what are we doing? This is like a 165 miles in the Alps here. Switzerland. I get kind of confused where the borders are between Switzerland and France. I guess this is all in Switzerland. It's kind of hard to see the border through on this map, but in any case, this is the task, 165 miles, and it should mostly be ridge lift. I think we've got like south winds, southeast winds, and so we've got a whole bunch of turn points to hit here. And then like a tailwind blast down to the airport. I'm not going to try to pronounce any of these names. That, I think, is a recipe for just me stumbling over myself. But, oh, whoops. Well, didn't mean to do that. Oh, God. That's all right. We don't need this anyways. Let me just see if I can mess that up. All right, let's see where we're at here. I'm looking at the Got Gravel. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the chat. I'm not going to join the chat because I don't want a bunch of disembodied voices on the stream. You guys just want to hear my voice. Just want to see if I can see some of them in here. I don't know. All right, that's the task. Let's go ahead and load in. I don't think any of my usual guys are going to join me. One of my usual, our usual thermal smashers, Bumble, he's out sick today. Hopefully that sick goes away for the holidays. Oh. All right, we get situated here. Should be a fun flight. It's going to be interesting because some of these guys I think are like actual glider pilots, and definitely some of them know actually what they're doing. I think I just saw somebody throwing up. I'm gonna yeah, there goes somebody. Oh, looks like he's flying an airplane. That might be our tow pilot, but I'm not gonna bother with a tow pilot. I don't need a tow pilot. I got a frickin' winch. I'll just winch up. Oh, because there's no sound to hear. Duh. Rocket glider. And let's try one of our guys. Let's take a look at the computer here and make sure that we have the map. Sometimes this map doesn't load, but there it is. Yep. Good. And there's my task. showing up. Oh, and I need to check the... This was supposed to be 11 a.m., so I'm a little bit early on the time, but that should be okay. And I'm just going to... Oh, and then I need to set... always forget this. 29.92, the pressure. So I go over to this guy, put it in freedom units. 29.912. There we go. Sitting here at about 1,200 feet on the runway. I'm kind of just waiting to see if there's some other guys in here yet. No, VFR map. Somebody on the runway behind me. Looks like Flieger Papa and the AS23, which I don't have installed. Oh, so it looks like he's in a Piper Comanche or whatever the heck that thing is. That's lame, but okay. Alright, let's go with the Synth Pro. The Synth Wave. Well, and these guys said they were going to start the task around 1:30, so about 20 minutes. So let's just go ahead and get in the air, and we'll see. We'll wait for these guys to show up. I need to get some clear lenses so I can fly in those. Let's go fly. Starting to get the hang of this winch towing thing. I gotta turn that off and on again. Ah, I forgot to make a freaking Instagram post. Sorry, we're gonna be waiting around a bit here. Alright guys, off tow here in friggin' Switzerland. Put the landing gear up. I always forget to do that. It's a good thing for the external cameras. And there's lift here. Of course there's lift here. Right off a tow. Looks like a couple guys over there. Glider 171 and rocket glider. And there's well, somebody else. I always mess up the winch. Yeah, dude, I don't know how to winch tow. I've never winch towed in my life, so just playing around in the sim, you know. I just realized there's a thing that tells you the your max winch angle. So probably you need to stay within that. But I don't know. I don't really care either. I just assume slew to get to altitude. You know, I'm here for the soaring, not for the towing. Did I just cross the start line? What was that? Breck's okay. They named these points. Oh, I guess not. Must have been the airport. Yeah, that's the start line. They named the start line something other than start, so I'm kind of flying blind here. And here goes Flieger Papa. Let's follow him. Yeah, we got wind going that way, so there's probably some ridge lift or some or that might be the you know, an real active face there. Everyone flies this AS-33. which I haven't checked out yet. I think the main appeal to that for me is that it's got the flight computer is a really big display. Versus this thing, I'm constantly having to zoom in to look at it. And that would be, I would like to have that. But, I mean, that doesn't have this awesome livery, so I don't know why I would bother with that, right? I'll deal with a small computer to have awesome livery. Where am I here? 4,200 feet. There's some nice thermal lift right over the valley here, so I'm kind of okay to just chill with this for now. Let it sort of drift me up into this face. Rocket gliders up there and Flieger Papa. There's a lot of people flying. There's somebody in the 808. Got a dude over here. These guys are probably going to smash me. A whole bunch of dudes flying the AS-33, which I don't have the model for, so it's going to look like some Piper Comanches with their landing gear hanging down. Flight Sim needs to add a way to set like a default glider if you don't, or a default airplane if you don't have that one installed, so I could, set it to one of the built-in gliders instead of, so at least it would look like a glider instead of a powered airplane. I'm liking this lift. One thing I don't like about the DG808 and the AS33 is they're both motor gliders. They have motors on board. I don't want a motor on my glider. I don't want to be tempted. I mean, it's nice to use the motor to take off, right? You don't have to mess with the winch or whatever. But I don't want the temptation of having the motor on board. It would be like, it'd be like if I had cookies in the house. Like I can't buy a box of cookies. Because I'll be like, oh, I'll just eat one tonight. No. I'm eating the whole box. So I don't buy them. I can't buy them. So like if I had the motor on, I'd be like, oh, I'll just use the motor just to take off. No, you'll turn it on. You get low, you're like, oh, maybe I can't make it out of this canyon. Okay, turn the motor throttle up. I get them just to see others when I fly with them. Yeah, I feel you. Exactly. Yeah, that's why I want to install that model. I have the DG808 installed just for that reason. So yeah, I just need to, and I meant to do that. I just forgot. There's so many configuration thingies. Clicky this, clicky that. Install this, download this, set this up, update this, download that. That it's hard to keep track of it all, Shagfire, following the channel. What's up, brother? Shagfire E. What's going on, Shagfire? What are you up to this Friday? First time chatter, Shagfire. I'm just kind of trying to get established here. I'm at 4,000 feet. I was kind of working some light thermal lift. Kind of drifting my way towards this ridge here, and there should be some ridge lift. Now I'm thinking maybe I should just fly there and commit to the ridge lift thing. It's supposed to be mostly a ridge lift type of flight here. And there's a lot of other gliders in the air. I'm going to try to follow them. I think a lot of these guys are like real life glider pilots, or at least have been flying gliders in the sim for a lot longer than I have, so probably gonna smash me. Nothing much, just hanging out. Sounds good, brother. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. We have a 14 knot wind coming right into this hill here. Let's get in and see if I can get up here. Got the Flieger pop up here. He's at like 5,300, so should be able to get a bit higher. Ooh, nice little bump there. Check out these trees. So yeah, I don't want the motor gliders. I don't want to be tempted by the, you know, to use the motor. Shag-free, always see you flying with Kando. Yeah. Well, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I've flown with Kando a few times. So basically, I'm half watching and half lurking on his stream while I'm at work, while I'm working at work, right? So I just hang out there. Then so he's usually streaming while I'm at work, so I can't fly. But we had a lot of fun in there yesterday. He was doing his end of the year charity stream, and it's kind of fun to encourage him to drink too much. You won't get drinking on this channel, unfortunately. I do recognize that would make things more entertaining and interesting. Yeah, that was a good stream. Yeah, that dude's you know, like legitimately, he was toasted. Yeah, yeah. I give him a lot of credit that, you know, for being, I think, for really getting it, you know, for like what makes, like what the point of streaming is, you know, like, which is, you know, the whole streaming thing is pretty new to me, and you know, so I'm just kind of starting watching streamers, and it's like, it's no coincidence that I find him right away and watching his stream. And I mean, he definitely gets it, like what makes it, you know, entertaining, and because it's not just watching a dude, you know, play a video game, fly an airplane, right? He's very interactive with his viewers, and yeah, so it's a lot of fun. He's got a big personality, which makes it fun. Yeah, he's an entertainer. Hey, Leo, what's up, brother? Sad not going to be able to join this flight. Cool, man. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Anyways, I'm just benching my way up here. This is working pretty good. I'm at 5,300 now. I'm going to get as high as I can before I go over the start. I think I just saw these guys. Yeah, some of these guys are already... They look like they're already starting. And I'm kind of as high as them or higher, so... Oh no, Flieger Papa up here is... He's way above me, so... Alright, and we got a couple other guys here on the other side of this valley. Can I turn towards the hill now? Oh yeah. Oh, maybe not. There we go, I like that. Ooh, look at these green. The Alps are totally sick. Yeah, Leo, we'll be flying again tomorrow and Sunday. Christmas Eve and Christmas, so if you, you know, if you can get away, get away for a Christmas flight, Christmas Eve flight. We'll be doing some longer ones. I'm gonna head up to the, we're gonna go down to the Andes again, at least tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow and Sunday. I'm gonna do a series of sort of expedition exploratory flights down there to learn the area and get some experience flying down there to make another attempt at that world record distance flight. So that's gonna be coming up in a couple of weeks. We're gonna go for it. It's like I've just discovered that it's actually, it's not 1,300 miles, it's 1,400 miles. So that'll be a marathon stream. That'll be an all-dayer. Oh man, we're climbing like crazy right here. I'm liking this. My guy said there was going to be no thermal lift out here. Maybe you don't need the thermals, but to run the task. Alright, I see a group sort of gathering towards the start. I'm going to go over there. Tomorrow and Sunday should be 2 or 3 o'clock. Check the schedule. I think I have them both set to 3 o'clock. That's Pacific time. But you're in the Pacific time zone, so yeah, you know. Man, this is some good lift right here. I don't want to leave this. Well, maybe not that great a lift. Maybe not. Some bullshit lift. What do we got? Oh, we got Star-Lord up here. Oh, that's A320. Get out of here with your Star-Lord. Let's find this guy. Who is this guy? The Cal VR Simmer. All these guys in VR. And VR guys are kind of antisocial on the Twitch thing because you can't really type when you're VRing, you know? So I don't really like the VR guys. I mean, I'm kidding. I love the VR guys, but what am I here? 6,400 feet, climbing nicely. Shagfire, have you been trying glider flying at all? Have you been able to fly gliders, or are you flying doing the bush thing like the Kando guys do? Oh, you flew the gliders the first time with those guys. Cool. Bush, yeah. The bush flying is neat because you get down in there and sort of intimate with the terrain, and you can get pretty intimate on the glider too if you're not doing too good. Or actually on a flight like this. Since this could be mostly like a ridge run, so we're like mostly working ridge lift. So if you got consistent ridge lift, then the idea is to be like right down on the ridge because you can fly really fast. And I think that's probably what these guys are likely going to be doing. All right, I'm going to go over here and join them. I got like, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got like 5 guys over there. But yeah, glider flying is, I mean, this type of soaring flight is so neat. Yeah. The ability to find and work lift and, judge your glide slope angle and how far you can get on glide is a pretty unique. They're so fast you can't keep up with the Wilga. Oh yeah, no, these things can get like, I could do over 100 knots on this glider and still get a crazy glide. So, but yeah, the ability to like find lift, find thermal lift and ridge lift, and know how to work it, anticipate where to find it, is a unique skill, and it definitely takes there's a learning curve for sure. But it's kind of one of those things that like once it starts to click, it's like it's so cool and it's like so satisfying to be able to climb in a thermal. You get way up on the bank angle and you climb at 1,000 feet per minute with no power, and then like, oh, how far did you fly today? Oh, 500 miles. Chunky Flyer, what's up, brother? Thanks for the follow. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Yeah, and that Wilga is a draggy airplane. And like, let's be real. Like, I'm not hating on the Wilga, but that's an ugly airplane. Like, I'm like, that is aesthetically ugly. Like, as far as aircrafts go, it's all like boxy and has like that weird slope in the back, and then like underneath the cowling there's like all these weird angles and stuff, and then those landing gear knuckles. And then the tail is just like a box. I mean, the Wilga is an ugly airplane. Merry Christmas, Chunky. Wilgas are a face only a mother can love. Yeah, or maybe a face only a pilot can love. So now, just because it's an ugly airplane doesn't mean it's a good airplane, right? I'm not hating on that. And Wilgas tow gliders up. They're like a popular glider tow craft. So, yeah, not gonna hate on that. But you know, as far as, you know, aircrafts go, like the things that make aircraft look nice and fly nice, no, it doesn't have it. They say, there's a popular saying, some airplanes fly really well because they're so ugly that the ground rejects them. Wilga's like the ugly chick at a bar you always go back to. Yeah, she's ugly, but she fucks good, huh? Exactly. The other thing was fun. Even in the sim, it's fun to fly. I was flying it. It was pretty fun. I prefer the Kit Fox because of its, you know, modern glass panel. And I don't want to do dials and gauges and shit, right? I just want to, like, it's got the numbers and the digital. It's the 21st century. Give me the dials and gauges. But yeah, then like look at an airplane like gliders, dude. Like these things are like, compared to the Wilgo, these things are like bikini supermodels, right? All these curves. You know, aerodynamic efficiency #1. I love the, if you look at the wing, I'm pretty sure these have span-wise camber instead of dihedral. So like, let me try to give you an angle. And that actually could just be the flex in the wing. But, so instead of dihedral, where you just have a straight angle where the wings bend up, I know the Boeing 787 is like this. It actually has what we call a span-wise camber. So instead of just a straight wing bent up for dihedral, it's a curve, right? A continuous curve in the span-wise direction. Which I think is just yeah, you can kind of see it there. This sort of general U shape. That makes for a very beautiful airplane, in my opinion. All right, let's see. Where these guys are getting super high over here. It starts over on my left. Oh shit, there's some freaking lift right here. Look at these mountains in the Alps. Holy smokes. Look at that peak right there. Not bad. Need to get the Kit Fox. Yeah, I spent the like 30 bucks or whatever just to get it, because like, I mean, if you're flying bush, you can't not have a Kit Fox, right? I mean, I wonder how many like actual real life Kit Foxes have been sold just because of Trent Palmer, right? How do you know where to find the best lift? Oh man, that's like one of those questions. That's like, how do I win at poker? Or how do I win, you know, like, that is, yeah, we could talk the whole stream about how do you find the best lift. There's a number of things. I'm in some pretty nice lift right here. Yeah, 27 knot wind, wow. The most reliable marker of lift, pretty much in real life, but definitely in the sim, is cumulus clouds, which we don't have today. This is some like high-level stratus clouds or something. So cumulus clouds are like the big, like, individual cotton ball puffy looking things, right, with a flat bottom. So they would be much smaller than this. This is, we have like a lot of coverage. So smaller individual clouds, big and puffy, flat bottom. Those are the type of cumulus clouds that tend to mark thermals. And it's basically that those clouds exist because of a thermal. What happens is you have warm rising air that's buoyant, and that air rises in the condensed area, cylinder or a bubble that we call a thermal, and it reaches a certain altitude where the temperature gets lower, and then it has to do with dew point and density and all the other things that weather guys talk about. And it condenses, right? Just like water condenses on your cup, on your on the outside of your drink, your beverage, right? It condenses and forms a cloud. So if you see a big puffy cloud, there's likely going to be lift underneath that cloud, and so you fly to that cloud, or you fly upwind, slightly upwind of that cloud. Because thermals, when they rise, they drift with the wind, right? Just like imagine a hot air balloon, right? That's going to drift. So a thermal's not going to go straight up unless there's no wind, but there's always at least some wind, so there's going to be some drift. So clouds are the best way to find lift. The next way would be ridge lift, which we have a bunch of today. I want to hang out with this guy, the Cal VR simmer here. I'm gonna do what he does. I'm just gonna stay right on his 6. So ridge lift would be when you have prevailing wind direction hitting like a cliff or a ridge face, and then it gets directed upwards. So for ridge lift to work, you need a combination of the right speed and direction of wind and the shape of the ridge. The more vertical and the more consistent, like a cliff edge, that the ridge is, the more consistent the lift will be. When we have a situation like this where we have a mountain range, I think we're more likely to not find consistent ridge lift because the shape of the terrain is all broken up. So I'm gonna go start the task here, guys. And just to show you, if you don't know, on the flight computer here, this orange line here is my start line, 2.1 miles. So we're going to, I'm flying super fast here, and we're going to go start. I'm following the Cal VR simmer. I'm at 9,600 feet. I don't know if they have a max starting altitude on this. Sometimes they do, but Flieger Papa and Rocket Glider, those guys have already started. I'm flying 100 knots over here. Probably should have added more ballast today. I didn't think about that. I don't like where Cal VR simmer is. I don't think I'd want to. Yeah. I don't know where the. Yeah, I don't know why he's went that way. Did he not start? Maybe he decided not to start. Yeah, because the task is this way. I got some lift right here. Let's take a look at the map here, because I don't really know where the heck I'm going. Yeah, just straight across here. So I got a pretty good 18 knot wind. I'm just going to get on the other side of these peaks right here. Luckily some buoyant air. Slow down a little bit. So you got clouds and you got ridge lift, Shag. The other, it is definitely possible. I mean, as you can see it today, we don't really have cumulus clouds, but there's thermals here. And there's definitely a possibility to have very good thermals on days where there's no clouds. In fact, almost all of my IRL flying has been on what we call blue days, where there's no clouds or no lift indicating clouds. Getting some sink right on there. Ooh, I might end up in the lee side of this ridge. Oh, this might get ugly. This might get ugly. Gotta get out of here. Oh, we're good. We're good. So if you got no clouds to indicate thermals, another way to indicate thermals is other gliders. So if it's flying like I'm doing right now with a lot of other gliders, you want to pay attention to what everybody else is doing. If you see a friend over there climbing in a thermal, go to him, right? Because he's marking the thermal for you. Birds, we frequently fly with, especially hawks and eagles and vultures. But the hawks usually mark the lift the best. The hawks are, they climb, they just circle, they get in the thermal and circle just like we do. They're very, very cool. And they're usually more or less okay with you being there. Sometimes they get a little aggressive. I gotta make an Instagram story here, guys. Hold on. Probably want to make sure I also don't impact the mountain here. Oh, I gotta hit this turn point. I'm not paying attention to that at all. You got a whole bunch of little points to hit. This one is right frickin' into here. So I might have to climb to get up over this peak, or I'm gonna have to go right in front of it to hit the turn point. But the wind's going right up into it, so this just should give me some lift. This should get me up a little bit. As I get in here, I'm gonna slow down. Flying a little fast for climbing and lift. Oh yeah, we'll be able to get it here. There we go. Just hit that turn point. Now I want to turn so I don't hit the hill. What am I at here? 9,600 feet. Oh, the wind's kind of a headwind through here, so I'm not really getting the lift like I expected. A little bit of texture pop in there. That's kind of disappointing to see. Yeah, I need to get that. Well, I definitely need to get that 4090. You guys know what that's about. A little bit of lift there. I'm actually, this is kind of technical here. I need to throw this post up real quick. I'm gonna pause it just for 1 sec. Bear with me here. All right. 5.3 miles to the next turn point. Where am I here? 9,300 feet. We're just gonna be flying in close to these peaks, getting some more ridge lift. But another place to look for good lift, thermal lift. Whoa, there's some sick. Whoa, woo, woo! I almost hit the mountain there, dudes. I'm on the wrong side of that ridge. That was scary. A lot less scary in the sim than in real life that would have been. Whew. Another way you're looking for a lift is mountain ridges, or sort of, we call them like fingers. You have like ridges that are facing the sun and the prevailing wind. So you've got like a mountain ridge running down, and you got the wind blowing up and the sun baking on it all day, right? I'm gonna take a turn there. That could be a thermal. That was pretty big area. Slam on the rudder and roll over here, because I got kind of some high terrain to cross. No, maybe not. So if you have a situation where you have the wind sort of blowing up this mountain ridge combined with the sun baking on it all day, you get a thermal that can, you get a thermal hotspot that we call like a house thermal. And you know, we're talking about light wind. We're not talking about consistent enough wind, strong enough, consistent enough wind, or a steep enough slope to generate ridge lift. But to generate, it's just you've got the sun baking in this spot and the wind blowing up, and so you've got like heat concentration there, right? And thermals breaking off. I could show you a map to kind of better explain what I'm talking about there. But it's sort of our home flying site in California. We've got certain ridges that we just know if there's not a thermal there now, like there will be, right? So, and the sim does seem to kind of represent that, at least a little bit. And just as I expected, these two or three guys are way ahead of me here. Especially as I stop to turn there, that'll slow me way down. Cal VR Simmer is right behind me here still, and I'm not sure who else is flying gliders and who's flying powered airplanes here, but the other main thing about finding thermals for good thermal lift is you have to have the right weather conditions. Thermals are not always, you know, they're not ever present. It has to be the type of weather that produces them. And so that's not always there. So knowing if you're flying in the sim and you want to soar, knowing how to set the weather up for that is key. So if you check my YouTube channel, link down below, I made a quick tutorial video on how to set the weather up in the sim for epic soaring conditions. This is like how you make like booming big thermals that should be pretty easy to climb in. Some thermals are big and juicy, big and fat, easy to climb in. Some thermals are small and inconsistent and very difficult to climb in. All right, how are we doing here? I got 1.8 miles to the next turn point. Getting like bumps of lift as I go across here. Probably could be flying a lot faster, but that's okay. I'm not really too concerned about like actually trying to race. So the turn points on the map, in case you don't know, are these orange circles. Gotta fly through them. Not actually through them, you just have to touch them. Just have to enter. So you don't have to go through the center of it. Just have to enter that cylinder. Oh, I'm way above Flieger Papa now. And I just hit that turn point. So the next one is 25 miles away. I think I can see these guys on the yeah, so this is probably one of those guys. There's those three out here, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those three guys probably. And I got somebody kind of like right on me here. Cal VR Simmer. Oh, he's chasing me. He's a lot lower than me. He's kind of hugging the ridge. He's standing right down on the ridge where the lift is stronger. And I do need to gain some altitude to get to this next turn point. Well, actually, maybe I won't. Yeah, this is... If it's lifty the whole way, then I won't need to. So, but I'm gonna just slow down in this lift instead of turning. That's a big area of lift. I probably could circle in that. Instead of circling, I'm just going to slow down but keep flying straight. Yeah, see Cal VR Simmer? He's coming in here underneath me. I'm climbing like crazy right here. I'm going to just keep taking the altitude I can get. Let this guy get in front of me. That's fine. Is that... What is... Oh, okay. I thought that was a turn point there, just something on the map of the same color. I'm like, it's 23 miles. All right, now my computer's telling me to fly 97. I'm gonna do what the computer says. I'm gonna speed. Look at how far ahead Cal VR Simmer just got on me here. He's flying crazy fast. I slowed way down to get it to make use of that lift. So I'm way above him now, 10,000 feet. It's telling me to fly 97. Speed up. Definitely want to speed up in this sink here. This is some sick scenery. I'm liking it. Holy crap. Somebody back there in the discus, Gentle Dragon. A few other guys back there. Alright, I'm going to keep flying fast through the lift here. I think I'm going to keep getting this ridge lift like this. And so there's no need to circle. There we go. Got it trimmed out about 96, 95. A couple more clicks of down trim. Yeah, I think I should have put max ballast in here before taking off today. I did forget to do that. 9,900 feet. Let's take a look at the task. Let's show you guys where we're at. Update you guys on this. That's not the task. This is the task. Just flying through, just kind of cruising up this valley through the Alps here. Kind of a long leg here. This flight should take an hour and a half or 2 hours. Cal VR Simmer here in front of me. He came in underneath me flying super fast while I was flying slow in lift, and now it looks like he's still below me, but he's climbing, it looks like, up there. Other guys flying, I know this guy Maverick, Rocket Glider, and Flieger Papa. Does that mean Glider Papa? Where are my Germans at? He looks like he's freaking low down in there. He looks like he might be on the ground. 2,600 feet. Uh-oh. Oh, it does. Thanks. Thanks, N-Pro. Glider Papa over there. I know some German, guys. We're learning stuff here. Or more like airplane dad. Ah. Wow, that's some sync. Speed up, get through that. Wow. There'll be lift on the other side of the sink. Look at this scenery. This is some nice stuff here. Oh, there's Flying Jesus. Happy birthday, brother. That's some strong lift. Just gonna pull the nose up for that. Holy moly. Alright, speed back up. Alright, so for you guys who don't know how this navigation works, I got some buttons here that are pretty handy, some info. 13 miles to the next turn point, and it's telling me I'm going to arrive there minus 4,000 feet. So that means that if I was just to go on a straight glide to it, I would impact the ground. However, so that means I should be climbing in thermals and trying to get as high as I can. However, since we've got all this ridge lift here, that may not be necessary. It depends on how big the turn point is and where it actually is, because the terrain's coming up here. So if I have to get like up where these guys are, then I may need to climb. But I don't know. I've never flown here before, so... Oh, you know what? I need, let me bring up this map. I got a nice topo here. And... Am I heading for number 6? I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. Yeah, be it shorn. Don't even try. So... Yeah, so I gotta get up and cross these things. Okay, so I gotta climb. I gotta get up. Alright. So I will attempt to do that. Well, maybe right here. I got sort of a cross headwind, so this could be a tricky section here. Let's see, Maverick Dad, 10,800. Let's take some turns here. We're 10,500. I'm doing good here. I got some good altitude. But I'm pretty sure I need to be quite a bit higher to get up over these peaks. Let's move on to these next tall peaks right here. Coming up here on me. There was a ton of strong lift there. I'm going to turn and try to get back in it. I just hit 11,000 feet. Alright, so much for that. Let's get up to this next ridge here. Still got kind of a cross headwind, but this could be a little bit tricky because I don't want to get... if I get drilled here, I could get in the lee side of these sharp-looking ridges here, and this looks like some kind of nasty terrain, so... this is kind of... gets kind of gnarly. Maybe I might have to head out and around here. Rocket glider is 11,000 feet. Maverick is at 12,000. I'm at 10,700. These guys are ahead of me, but they're not necessarily beating me right now, because it's really the race format's like an individual time trial. So your time starts when you cross the start line. Although in real competition, there's more to it than that. And I don't think I'm gonna make it out of here. Oh, I drove myself into a canyon. This could be not great. There's some lift here, so this is kind of a sketchy spot to be. Trying to work in real close to the face of this hill here. This mountain. If you just had a motor. I know I'm talking shit on motors, right? Yeah, see, because if I had a motor, then it would be easy. Then I could just turn the motor on and climb and fly out of here with plenty of clearance, right? But now, I kind of got myself, I made not a great decision. I came into this valley. I didn't really know what the terrain was doing. Having local knowledge, having experience flying a mountain range of sight is a huge advantage. So you can know where to go and where not to go. So, but now I have to work my way out of here. I'm gonna put myself in a not great position. So either I have to climb in a thermal and get high enough to glide over this, or I'm gonna have to go out and around it. But there's lift here, luckily, so the situation is not as bad as it could be. But with the wind direction, my Vario shows the wind direction here, 19 knots. So it's coming like over this ridge right here. So you don't want to get in the lee side there, right? And for you guys that are flying bush, then you need to know a lot about lee side rotor. And I know that's something that bush pilots, yeah, it's very important when you're flying in the mountains, is what the wind's doing. Because you don't want to be in the lee side rotor in any aircraft. Especially if it's a particularly windy day, you can get your butt kicked. I've been in some lee side rotor, and it can go from nice to oh my god in just like that. Let's get a bit in closer into this peak here. Now I've climbed a bit, 11,000 feet. That's super nice. Do I have terrain clearance to make a turn here? It's pretty tight. Climbed a little bit there. Oh yeah, this is nice. Don't hit the hill. Do not hit the hill. The lift on the other side can be handy too. Yeah, exactly. So you got to know where the wind's coming from. And when you have really complex mountain ranges like the Alps here, the wind can do all kinds of crazy things. the wind down on the ground can be completely different from what it is up in the air. And you can have Venturi effects where the wind, you know, in a tight canyon, the wind can funnel in and accelerate and become, you know, a 10 knot wind can turn into a 30 knot wind or something like that, right? $11,400 feet. I've been able to climb a little bit here, but it's kind of broken up and scratchy. Right in over this peak. This is fun though. Working lifting close to the terrain is, I mean, flying close to the terrain is where you get that sense of motion and speed, you know. When you're up super high, it's cool, but you don't get that, right? All right, 11,400. I'm definitely chilling to get on the other side of this here. And Gentle Dragon 593 here. I think he's caught up to me. Yeah, he's on the other side of this thing. Or is he down in here? No, he can't be. He's got to be on the other side of there. No, what the heck? I think it's just rendering him weird. Or he's down deep in the lee side. Or maybe he doesn't have the same wind settings. He might be in the position that, yeah, no, look, he's running away. Yeah. He's in the exact same position where I didn't want to be. 9,700 feet. He couldn't make it out over this ridge, so now he's got to run. But he's got to go all the way down and back out of here. So hooray for me for getting out. I'm gonna get out. I should be able to. And Pro Redeem Hydrate. Thanks, brother. Why is my notification thing not working? It's supposed to have one of those little pop-up notifications when you redeem a channel reward, and it works sometimes. But I especially need to drink a lot because I get a real dry throat when I talk a lot on when I talk a lot in general. So when I'm streaming, I'm talking a lot. All right, safely out of that little valley there. Got some these ski lifts right here. Oh, windmills. That seems like an odd place for some windmills. Just like two of them chilling up there. They're facing the wrong direction. They should be pointing this way. That doesn't quite work, right? At least they're spinning. All right, I just hydrated a bunch, guys. So that means I need to go drop some ballast. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, let's do this. Come back from the toilet and into some lift. That's always nice. Now, I might have another tricky crossing here. What's the deal here? Let's see. Gotta make a decision. Yeah, I gotta get across this ridge. Alright, let's, you know what, I don't want to get on the lee side of something again. I'm gonna cross it right now. This might be, this might cost me here, because I'm gonna have to cross. Somebody over here, Arcane 42. Yeah, I don't think I want to head across on the course line because I'm going to get low on the lee side of there. Wind's kind of coming straight over there. So I want to go around where the terrain is lower. Get on the front, get on the windward side of it, and then work the lift to get over there. Unless I can get up really high here. Unless I can get high enough that I know I can safely glide over it. And this is some pretty decent lift here. $11,500 feet. Yeah, this isn't too great here. Was pretty nice. Not making much progress with that. I need to stick to my plan and get I think actually flying this direction here, south along this ridge. Yeah, a lot of lift here. Then when I'm high enough, I'll jump across to my left. I may be playing this a lot more conservative than I need to, but better safe than sorry. Arcane 42 is out in front there. I'm not sure if he's flying powered or if he's flying a glider. Alright, I think I'm pretty good to start heading across here now. I don't mind that. Getting some good lift coming across this valley here. See if I can see where these other guys are. There's like 3 of them on the course, just right there together. Yeah, so they're at like, they're not too far ahead of me. They're just kind of like 2 turn points ahead of me. I'm doing better than I think here. These guys aren't completely destroying me. I got a nice line here. Jeez, I'll take that. $12,500 feet. That's a big area of lift. I'll take it. $12,800 feet. That was a pretty good one. Cool lighting today with these high clouds that they've gotten this weather preset. Never really seen that before. Sort of like bright, and then some places, a lot of places are in shadow. I'll get in sync as I approach this ridge here. Gonna go around this big peak here on my left. Fly around that. Need to speed up. Vario's telling me to fly 85. But I'm gonna go a little bit slow just to make sure, I can get across these taller ridges. Two miles to get to the turn point. I gotta get. Turn point may be this peak right here. I think it is. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to like fly right in front of it, I think. Look at this freaking glacier right here too. That's cool. We're gonna go fly down in the Andes tomorrow, and we're gonna go see some we'll see some glaciers probably. We'll see some volcanoes down there. There's like 4 volcanoes. Yeah, it's gonna be gnarly. I went from an area of nice lift to bad sink. That's how she goes. Just trying to push through this headwind. 20 knot headwind. Oh man, I might not make it over this freaking another ridge. Just need to get around the side of this tall boy here. 11,500. there's some nice lift there. This is some kind of gnarly flying. I gotta climb to get to this turn point, it looks like. Maybe I can just sneak in by coming around this corner here. Ooh, this is kind of cutting it close. There we go, I got it. I just barely tagged it. That's cool. Hopefully I don't scrape the wingtip there. There we go. Woo! Got around there. Now I'm on the windward side. Let's see if we can get some lift here and get up a little bit. 12,000 feet though, still doing pretty good. And there's good lift over here. Let's see if we can get over the top of this beast. What a cool looking peak. Just come by and scrape my belly on that face. Just sand off the chest hairs right there is what we're doing. Woo, coming in close to there. That's the way we like to play it. Getting down and dirty. Alright, I gotta turn away from that. I don't think I'm gonna make that last turn there. This is where playing in VR would be sick, flying in VR, because you could just, you know, look around and see that, and you can really judge your, you know, your angles and how much terrain clearance you have. It's a lot harder to do when you have to look around with the joystick. I've been able to climb though, 12,500 feet, but I'm not quite over the peak of it. I would like to get over the peak of this beast, even though I don't have to. Pretty much having a ball just flying around this. I want to get over the top of this. I want to get over the top of this bitch. I don't want to. It doesn't own me. Duke Nukem rated with 2 viewers. Thanks, Duke Nukem, and welcome Raiders. What's up, guys? Oh yeah, we're getting dirty with this peak here. Look at this. Oh, I gotta stay in the cockpit. We're getting close to it. Woo! 12,700 feet. What's up, Duke? What kind of flying were you guys doing today? Oh, nope, not gonna make that turn. Full right, full right. 12,700 feet. I'm not gonna win this race, you guys, but I don't care because I'm having fun just playing around with this mountain peak right here. I mean, look at this freaking thing. 12,700 feet. I want to get over the top of this. It does not own me. Also, want to make sure I don't touch my wing on it. That would suck. I was flying the Kodiak in PNG. What's PNG? Oh, got really slow there. Oh yeah, you don't own me, mountain. Over the top of you, look at this. Woo, got up there. Whoa, that's so sick. Yes, sir. King of the mountain right here, boys. Papua New Guinea. Oh, and then I got on the lee side of it. Well, you don't respect the mountain, and the mountain smacks you back. All right, you gotta forgive my my geography ignorance. Where is Papua New Guinea? Papua New Guinea. Is that like a Southeast Asia? No. I really have no idea where Papua New Guinea is. It's definitely one of those places I've heard of. Alright, we're done with that mountain. That was fun. Thanks, mountain. Had fun playing with you. I think I'm way behind on this race now. Yeah, pretty much. Southeast Asia. Okay, yeah. Oh, I got a nice little cool buoyant line here. Well, we're flying gliders in the Alps today. And since I'm kind of just gliding here, let me show you guys the task. I'll show you guys what we're up to. So we're up, you know, I don't like this map. Freaking little nav maps. This map, look at this. We get a nice topo map. Taking a little tour through the Alps, 166 miles. I'm about, I just hit this turn here. I'm not gonna try to pronounce these names, you guys. Yeah. And I got the next turn point here. I'm almost to the next one. North of Australia. Got it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, now I'm sort of picturing it. Yeah, it's kind of, does Papua New Guinea share a border with Indonesia? Like, Indonesia's a bunch of islands, but I think there's like one big island, and then it's divided in half, and the other half of that island is Papua New Guinea or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, yes, this is the Discus 2C from Got Friends. Great airplane, awesome livery. I like the nice, flashy, colorful liveries. It's much more fun than most gliders are just plain white, you know, which is, I mean, it's pragmatic, but it's also kind of lame, you know. All right, so I got another turn point. I think it's probably this next big peak up here, and I just have this like constant like quarter headwind. Sink here. Whoa, big sink here. Speed up. Fly fast and sink and slow and lift, guys. Big sink, minus 11 knots. That's gross. Got a freaking glacier down here. I'm flying with the Got Gravel soaring group. You can see a bunch of guys way ahead of me on the course here. I pretty much anticipated they were gonna crush me because I think a lot of these guys actually fly gliders and know what they're doing. And I kind of know what I'm doing, but I'm not really interested in racing so much is just having a good time, especially because it's a new terrain for me. I haven't flown through here, so I'm just getting smashed. Oh, I'm not gonna make it over that ridge. Holy crap. Oh boy. Wow, that's some sink. Oh my god. I get on the windward side of this ridge right here. And there's some lift. Take that back up, thank you very much. So yeah, these guys are just kind of crushing me, so I don't really care. It's like, let them go. I'm enjoying the scenery and hanging out with you guys. That gentle dragon over here flying the discus. See if I can see him. We're just gonna see his tag. Looks like there's like 2 trees up here. If you guys have played Breath of the Wild, then you know there's definitely some Korok seeds up there. Oh, got the turn point. All right, on we go. Only flown gliders a few times, always relaxing. Yeah, I mean, flying gliders can be relaxing, and it can also be super challenging and gnarly. And we're having some a little bit of the gnarly and the challenging here today. And now I gotta get across this frickin' ridge. Let's work this lift here. This lift is good. Let me get up here. 12,200 feet. Yeah, soaring flight is interesting, and there's a lot of nuance to it, and it's there's definitely a learning curve to it. But when when it starts to click, when you start to get it, then it can be super cool. And it can be relaxing if you want relaxing, or it can be pretty intense. And working the lift in close to these jaggedy granite peaks with a lot of wind gets to be on the side of intense. I mean, I gotta be constantly checking my terrain clearance here, so I don't impact the mountain. That would be a suboptimal way to work the lift. But you can also just kind of go out to a coastal ridge site somewhere and work the ridge lift there. Just kind of fly back and forth along the ridge. You fly that at like sunset, it's really beautiful, and that can be relaxing. 12,900 feet. I think this is the highest at 13,000. Highest I've been today. Ooh, that was lumpy. Just kind of S-turning this lift here. Gotta get in front of another tall peak. All my glider flights have been in Idaho. There's some great soaring in Idaho. There's some really great soaring in Idaho. King Mountain, if you know where King Mountain is. There's a glider flight park there owned by this guy, John Kangas, good guy. John Kangas' place up there in King Mountain. I think it's directly north of the Snake River Valley, I want to say. I think. How come Idaho, dude? Are you from Idaho? Or you just, that's where you happen to fly the gliders? 13,200. Let's see if I'm high enough to kind of get across here. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I guessed it. I think maybe you told me that one day, or that came up somehow. That sounds familiar. I think I remembered it more than I guessed it. Yeah, this is the type of flight that if you practice this, if you knew this terrain really well, in these conditions you could probably just fly super fast, because you'll know how to not get in the lee side and stay on the lifting ridges and the routes to take around these. So I think some of these guys have the home court advantage, as well as, you know, really knowing what they're doing more. So I'm about to tag this next turn point here, this next peak. Oh God, don't hit that. Got it. Got the turn point. A little bit of nice lift right out in front of there. So now it looks like I've left. Looks like most of the terrain from here is downhill. So now I can really afford to crank up the speed, I think. Just gonna check some other stuff here. Yeah, okay, yeah. Alright, now my computer is telling me to fly 99. Alright, you said it, computer. We'll do it. Well, I feel like that's gonna run me into the ground on this next ridge, maybe. We'll see how it goes. If we keep getting lift like that, we can definitely fly 99. Let's see if we can see where these guys are on the task. The guy behind me, that must be that guy, Arakeen. And then, yeah, they're making their way along here. Gentle Dragon. There's a couple other guys there back there. A lot of people flying this task today. That's pretty awesome. .5 miles to the next turn point. And it is some kind of shaded area here. Okay, computer still wants me to fly 99, but I want to make sure I get clear of this ridge. Now it sort of drops off, so I'm going to go ahead and sort of speed up here. Yeah, now I'm feeling a little better about flying faster. It can be tricky to get the pitch trim dialed in for the speed that you want to fly. You can very easily overshoot your target, especially when it's kind of bumpy like this. "92, 93. Pull the nose up in that lift and just slow down. I'm not going to take the time to turn in it, but I'll slow down to make advantage of it. While it's here. I think it gets lighter, so let's let the nose come back down and speed up. Cool looking clouds in the sky today. I don't usually fly with clouds like this. This is kind of neat looking. I like it. All right, we got 3.9 miles to the next turn point here. And the terrain is definitely getting lower, which means I can pretty much safely speed the heck up here. Let the nose come down. See if we can get the trim out around 99, 100 knots. More down trim. There we go. Pretty gnarly terrain out here in the Alps. Big freaking lake here. It's part of the world that I should definitely spend time in. Never have, regretfully. Coming up on the next turn point here, 1.6 miles. I am at 12,200 feet. Cruising along here, 99 knots. Zoom that computer in a little bit and tag that. Make sure I tag that turn point. Don't want to have to turn back for it. Remember, I don't have to hit the center of the turn point, I just have to hit the edge of the cylinder. Which I definitely got there. And now we're on to the next one. Only 2 miles to the next turn point. Terrain is kind of rising here. Oh, the big long glide and sink right there. That's not what you like. But it's kind of to be expected as the terrain drops away. And now the terrain's going to rise up again. So I'm going to actually slow down a little bit. I want to get there with a little bit more altitude. 11,400 feet. A little bit of lift. Oh, this is... I flew here before. When I first flew, my first flight through the Alps here was here. I remember this this graphical artifact. That's not supposed to be like that. And got that turn point without even trying. 9 miles to the next one. Not really much of a turn point if you don't have the turn to get there, right? Just kind of slow down in the lift. Looks like I'm going to kind of shoot up this valley here. Just stay on the left side of it, the windward side. Look at this massive glacier here. Holy cow. Look at that road down there too. Man. Kind of skirt around here and get up on the windward side of that ridge. I remember when MSFS first came out, there was a vid where someone found a huge void in the earth. I wonder if it's still there. Yeah, I definitely seen a few graphical glitches like those spiky pyramid things. I haven't seen a huge void, and I haven't seen that video that you're referring to either. Some nice lift here. Just kind of back her off a sec, slow down. Super cool looking terrain here. Yeah, look at this glacier. It's freaking wild. All right, got past that little bit of lift. I'm gonna go ahead and pause, and we'll go for a fluid exchange break. Gonna drop some ballast. I'll be right back, you guys. Stick with me. Gonna be an exciting one.
Horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000 could-be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds.
Hey, don't be talking shit, Scott by Scott. Do you allow links in chat? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can post links in the chat. Give it a try. If not, then there's a setting somewhere. You found the void. Is the void still there, or is the void void? Did they void the void? Okay, there it is. I'll check it out after smashing. Guys, I got big plans for the flight sim setup. I want to like do like a total revamp. I'm gonna make a new desk. I'm gonna make a custom, like a cutout, like a notch. That's for this tape, this yellow tape. I was taping it off. But I'll make a notch that's removable, pull the notch out, then I can get the flight yoke forward like 8 inches. Right now I'm way too far back from the screen, so I'm constantly having to look up, and it's kind of immersion breaking being this far back from the screen. And this flight yoke just hangs off the desk by like 10 inches, right? So that's why I have to be back farther. I could move the monitors forward, but that would be more of a thing, I think, than making a notch in the desk. So I gotta make the notch, but then the notch has to be, I need to be able to put the notch back in, so then I can convert it back to like a regular mouse and a keyboard setup, right? So that's like phase 1. New desk with a notch. Then I got phase 2 is the expensive part. I need to get the full rig. Gotta just had to commit to it and get the 4090. You know, because I mean, a 4090 would be badass. But before I can do that, I need to get a power supply. Music too loud. Alright, Scott by Scott. I paid attention to where it was hitting on the levels there on the dB. So now I can. That's probably a better mix, right? All right, got that turn point. Oh, and there's like they put like 10 turn points right here. That's kind of not necessary. 3 turn points rather. So yeah, I gotta make the notch. Gotta get the 4090. Gotta get a power supply for the 4090. Get the power supply first. Then gotta get 2 new side panels monitors. So I have 3 monitors. I'm gonna put those in horizontal mode. So I get my main display is the ultra wide 3440 by 1440. Then 2 side displays, just a regular 1440p, regular 16 by 9 aspect ratios. Those on the side. Stick closer, those on the side. 4090 performance. That'll be bitchin'. Then I want to get, I want to change to a stick. I mean, a yoke is cool, but the thing the stick would be, I mean, it would definitely be more one-to-one, sort of real life for the glider, right? So, yeah, I want to get the stick, and I'm researching sticks, and then, like, trying to build, like, the sick flight sim rig, right? So I can't get a cheap, like, what's a good quality stick, right? And you look at the brands that you know, like, you got Thrustmaster, of course. This yoke is a Thrustmaster. This is a really nice yoke, by the way. I like this a lot. Thrustmaster, Logitech, you know, the main peripheral companies. And then I find this other company. Let me find this pic. Did I save this? Oh yes, here it is. Virpil. Look at this setup, you guys. Look at that. I don't need the throttle or all these switches because I'm not flying a fighter jet. But like this stick setup with the extension, right? Stick with the extension. Virpil, right here. Look at this thing. VIRPIL. VIRLPIL. Oh no, VIRPIL. Virpil. Look, it's got RGB on it. You have to buy that one. It's got friggin' RGB, you guys. There's no RGB on here. Oh, the Abyss is gone in the sim. Oh, well, we need a mod to put it back in. Custom scenery. Peppy hands. Yeah, of course they're super expensive, right? The full Virpil setup with the extension is like, you buy like a separate base and they have like different, you know, different tension. It's all CNC machine. The whole setup's like $600 or $800. Yeah, you guys want that, don't you? Yeah, the desk mount system. Yeah, so like, but I need the notch in my desk, right? So that this stick, because look how far back from the desk it is, right? So this needs to be like where the keyboard is. Sorry. full screen net, right? Put that like where the keyboard is. You have the notch, right? Then you can get closer to your monitor. That's what you need. Unless you're one of those antisocial VR guys. I mean, we love the VR guys, especially if their last name is By Scott. So that's the plan. Yeah, the Virpil thing's like $600 or $800. But I think having the extension is much more of a, you know, a realistic feel, because, you know, flight sticks, and this one doesn't have a whole lot of extension, but I think it's kind of just a perspective too. There's always like some extension to a stick, right? It's not just like, you know, it's not just this, it's this, right? You're not doing this with a stick, you're doing this with a stick. So once I saw that extension, I'm like, oh, that's how it's got to be. Got to get that. So anyways. That's the plan. But that's going to cost a lot of money. Oh well. All right, what's going on here? We're not focusing on where I'm flying, yeah, which is not a good thing to do with these jaggedy peaks here. Rather unfriendly to aircraft structures. Should you? I'm getting really in freaking close to them. I'm at 10,200 feet, which is rather. Oh, I'm not gonna make it over this one. Slow down. Oh, is there a lift right there right when I need it? Look at that. I'm not going to make it over it, but then we get slow down and get some lift. Better to be lucky than good, boys. Beep, beep. Hello from Ukraine. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. What's happening today, Mr. Beep, beep? We got another guy, Alps so cool, yeah, aren't they? Oh man, I'm gonna have to like, trying to focus here. I gotta like navigate around these peaks. Cause I got kinda low. I was flying fast and not really paying attention. Alright, Duke Nukem, head out, brother. Thanks for stopping in, and Merry Christmas to you. I'll be streaming tomorrow and Saturday, Christmas Eve. We're gonna be doing tomorrow. Gonna be down in the Andes. That's some cool terrain. If you haven't seen that or you haven't flown down there, yeah, that's some cool stuff. We're gonna be down in the Andes, kind of doing a training flight because I want to do another attempt at that world record distance flight. But I think a good strategy is to do a series of shorter flights, training flights in the area, get used to the terrain. You know, kind of pick out the good lines to be on, you know, and then we'll make in a week or two, we'll make a real attempt. That'll be an all-day flight. So anyways, we'll be in the Andes tomorrow. Maybe Sunday also. I haven't decided on Sunday yet. We'll figure that out. But anyways, it'll be fun. And if you want to join us for some glider flying sometime, check out the Discord. Got the links for all the mods and how we set stuff up, and a few tutorials. Kind of working on a knowledge base down there to help guys who kind of new to glider flying, who might want to check it out but don't really know how to make it go. So you can check out the Discord for that. Oh, he has many accounts. Got it, beep beep. He must be our new friend from Ukraine who like this from my YouTube. You must be my new friend who's following me on Instagram also. Well, sure, sign in with all your accounts and, you know, give a like with all of your accounts and a follow, right? So, I gotta get out around this ridge here. Kind of getting drilled down in here. Yeah, it's you. Right on. Right on, brother. I hope things are going good for you. Hope you have are having or can have as happy a holidays as you can, given the circumstances. Hopefully not too cold over there. There's some lift here. I kind of just sneak around the edge of these ridges here. .8 miles to the next turn point. And we're making our way along here. I want to show you guys the map, but I'm like kind of have to navigate some tricky terrain here. Thanks. Yep. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Wow, that's some sink. Holy cow, turn away, don't hit the mountain. Took a little evasive action there. Down to 9,600, I'd like to climb here. Oh, and look at that, there's some lift. I haven't really done any circling. I've just been porpoise flying in this ridge lift for the last several miles. The last many, many miles. Just gonna fly right along this jaggedy ridge here. Look at that, that's cool looking. Get to this next turn point here, no problem. Ooh, a little lumpy air there. We're doing okay though. Got that turn point. We got another one here right ahead. These guys just wanted us to tag all these points along here. Okay. 9,500 feet. Just point the nose up when it starts beeping. That's all you gotta really know right here. Alright, got a little bit of a crossing here. Let's go ahead and bring up the task progress. See where we're at. We're a little past halfway. Oh yeah, quite a bit past halfway. Once we make this left turn here, it's going to be straight downwind glide into goal. But now it looks like I need to climb. I think I got to get... Maybe I can go around these ridges. Maybe I can see on this map. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Lift there, though. Yeah, here's a spot. I could go left or right. Looks like a shorter route to go around to the left, but that would be on the downwind side, on the leeward side of the ridge. So don't want to go there. Want to kind of come around on the right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all those guys that were in front of me, I think they're already finished. They were flying a lot faster than me. Which I expected. I'm a little bit low to get. I want to kind of shoot this freaking gap right here. Oh yeah, I should be able to get through there. Just kind of slow down. 2 miles to the next turn point, which is probably this big mama right up here. I'll zoom out the map here. Yeah, I think I can get there around the front side. I don't have to get over the top of it. Just a little bit of lift as I come across this canyon. It's a nice lift. 10,000 feet again. No problem. Should be able to get this turn point. Just kind of come around these peaks here. Probably get a little bit of ridge lift as I come around again. And of course, takes a little bit of a left turn. Arakeen 42, I just see in the distance there. He's still in the air. Oh, it's so cool flying in close to the mountains like this. Trying to get the screenshot and not focus on flying. That's some strong lift there. Ooh. Let's take a look at the VFR map. We can see if we can see where these guys. Oh yeah, look, you can see all the gliders here. Basically, all the aircraft that are sort of along this path are probably our guys, right? Yeah, a bunch of guys are already in goal. A couple of guys ahead of me. Looks like somebody right on my 6, or right in front of me. That guy behind me. A couple of guys behind me. Somebody else back there. Is there somebody right on me? Oh yeah, this guy here, Gentle Dragon's he's been with me like this whole time. Alright, let's speed up here. If flight computer says fly 99, I'm flying 89. Let the notes come down. Terrain is shrinking away, but we've got a couple of maybe some high mountains to get over, or do we go around them? Let's take a look. We might be able to kind of get around. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it looks like we can kind of go around. So it may not need to be much higher. Flight computer tells me I need 700 feet to get into goal, so there's that. But if we get lifting lines like this along the way, then that number will improve. Now we're going to fly along a lot of terrain here without lift. I'm actually going to veer left. Takes me off the course line, but I want to get into these taller ridges here where I can expect to find maybe a little bit of ridge lift instead of just crossing on this low terrain, this green area here. Yep, and there's the lift. Perfect, that's a good line. I kind of want to skid along these granite edges here. That's looking nice. Notice my glide to goal is turned green. Don't burn your don't burn your food, beep beep. On account of me. Believe me, I'm gonna pause the sim and I'm gonna go get a drink or use the bathroom or get some food anytime. You know, I'm not gonna sacrifice the food. Let's take a look at these guys behind me back there. Looks like there's 3 guys still on the course behind me. Buckwheat saved. I don't know what buckwheat is, but I'm glad he saved it. I have not tried well, I don't know what buckwheat is, so maybe there's a different there's a different American name for it with butter. So no, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. Sky by Sky, let's get a Google search on buckwheat posted in the chat for us. Let's find out what that is. It's a cereal. Interesting. Just flying slow in that lift there, and we'll speed back up. In Ukraine, it is Grechka. Yeah, okay, all right, cool. Yo, I suck at trying to learn foreign languages. That's like, buckwheat is good at keeping the bowels moving. That's what Scott by Scott says over on Twitch. Can you attest to that, Beep Beep? It's good at keeping the bowels moving. Is it high in dietary fiber? Soluble fiber? Very tasty cereal, especially with mushrooms and onions. Overeating. Wow. Well, I'm not much of a fan for mushrooms or onions, so that's not that appealing to me. You're not selling me on it here. I'll have mine without the mushrooms and onions. Nice lift along the way here. And I'm pretty sure I kind of get up over this ridge in front of me, and then it's going to be like a left turn, and then just a blast down the valley into goal here. Task time is telling me an hour 43 so far. So I'm not super fast. These guys probably did it in an hour and a half. But that's okay. I wasn't really trying. Had some fun back there with a mountain peak that was super cool looking. At 11,000 feet though. Doing great. I got the next turn point on glide. Speed up a little bit. Scott by Scott, how's the work going? You working? You just got the stream on in the background while you're working on some client projects. We're going to Vegas next week, guys, so gotta get the work done. I'm off work for 2 weeks. Oh, beep beep. All right, beep beep. Okay, a minute of cooking. Fry onions, carrots, and mushrooms. Add this to boiled buckwheat, to which we add butter. Serve as a side dish with scrambled eggs or fried sausages. No, you put I wasn't really feeling you, but then you hit the scrambled eggs and the fried sausages. Now, and they're fried onions. So I definitely don't like raw onions. Raw onions, get out of here. But yeah, you fry the onions. And the mushroom, if you dice the mushrooms up, I can do that. If you dice them up, as long as they're not like, dice up the mushrooms, yeah, fry them with carrots, and then, yeah, add the butter, scrambled eggs and sausages. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Scott by Scott's finishing up work and then the store. Then he's gonna hop in the jet. All right. We'll have to do some murdering later. Me and Scott by Scott get down on some Apex Legends. Haven't had a win in a few days. We're on a streak of getting a win or two every night we were playing for a little while there, and then we got cold. All right, now. All right, it's telling me I have goal at almost 3,000 feet. So I'm gonna get over this ridge here. And then I'm gonna just point the nose down. Ooh, Scott by Scott's got the new HOTAS. Got the new hot ass. You should try borscht. Borscht. I don't know about that. Borscht. Before cycling. Does it have good carbs? You need carbs for cycling. Cycling performance is all about those carbs. Ooh, getting a little rock and roll there. I think this is my last turn point before I headed into goal, guys. Oh no, there's one more. One more, and then it's gonna be a left turn. Borscht. Yeah, if it's got good carbs, then yeah, that's good for cycling. All right, we're gonna crank it up to 110 here, because we are super high. One more turn point, I think, and then we turn left. I can take a look in a little nav map. Actually, that'll be a good. Yeah. Oh well, there's sort of two more turn point. One more turn point left, and then one little spot to tag along the way. Pull the nose up a bit here. I think I got to get over this peak. Make sure I glide over there. Oh, you can understand well but can't type without a translator. Interesting. Bad translator. Yeah. Well, that I can understand, BB. The English language is really stupid. Like the way you spell words and grammar is, you know, it's like sometimes there's rules and those rules apply, you know, sometimes, but it's not logically consistent. It's just the English language is, you know, a mix of like a bunch of other languages, right? You know, it's a total mixed up language. So yeah, I could definitely see it being difficult to to try to write. There's many native English speakers that can barely write. Your translator does a lot better job than a lot of native English speakers. Man, wicked strong lift right here. I don't want to fly. I don't want to leave this. Oh well. Am I over that peak yet? No, not quite. Sharky over on YouTube. What's up, brother? Are you planning on doing some more printed shenanigans? Oh man, you probably found my channel through the 3D printed bike, huh? Am I planning on? So no, I'm not. Which is super lame. I haven't had. I changed jobs and I moved, and I just kind of haven't had time to, you know, work on that stuff. And like producing a video, like making a video of doing a project is literally twice as many projects, right? Like making the video takes as much time as doing the project that you're working on. And so it's just been hard to you know, find the right project to work on that. And there's a lot more I could do with the bike, and there's a lot more yeah, there's a lot more cool projects to do for sure. So yeah, I haven't been able to do as much of that stuff as I like. Yeah. No, I definitely want to work on more projects. Don't get me wrong like that, you know, like I mean, I for sure do. But it's just a matter of having the right, you know, the right project and the right time. And actually, my printers have been back here collecting dust. I haven't printed anything lately. What I should do is I should try to combine the 3D printing and make some new. I was talking earlier about how I'm gonna redo my flight sim setup here, and yeah, there's some parts for that I could feasibly make, right? So, you know, I'll try to think about it. And there's a lot more with the bike that could be done too in engineering. You know, load testing. There's a ton of refinement and making the structure lighter and stiffer, stronger, optimizing the structure for stiffness and weight and strength. And yeah, there's a ton of work that could be done on that. So, and BB says the word is, yeah, I'm not gonna try to say that word, dude. Only we know how to say it correctly. I'll take your word for that, my man. Oh, Sharky over on YouTube building a Voron Trident. Awesome, dude. Which one is the Voron Trident? Is that the one where you convert like an Ender 3 or something like that, or is that a whole new design? I'm not sure. I kind of I haven't been following the Voron community as much lately. For those of you guys that don't know, Voron is an open source project for a 3D printer design. You go to the website vorondesign.com, you download the plans, and they have a bill of materials, and you buy all the parts and you build your own printer. And then there's, you know, custom software and firmware to install and run on it. It's a whole project. It's pretty challenging. It's definitely not super easy, but there's kits now you can buy. And Sharky Official, follow this channel. Thanks, Sharky. Oh, you were over there on YouTube. Thanks for coming over to Twitch. Appreciate it. So, oh, that's a switch wire. Trident is the one with the bed travels up and down. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Yeah, the cool thing about the bed moving up and down is, yeah. Merry Christmas, BB. Thanks for stopping by, man. I hope everything is going good for you guys. And you know, we'll be on, I'll be on tomorrow and Sunday as well too. So I mean, if you don't see you then yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you guys. So yeah, thanks for the follow, Sharky Official. Yeah, having the bed move up and down is, you know, super cool because, you know, it can auto level and do auto leveling and stuff, and not having to worry about leveling is pretty nice. Yeah, you bought a kit. Yeah, sourcing everything separately, and I just built the Voron Mini, right? Was, yeah, a lot of work. It's just buying that stuff, and especially when you don't know what you're buying. You know, I don't, like, what motherboard is this? What you know, things are that, and then like some things will come in a week, and some things will come, you know, the next day, and some things will come. Some things are out of stock. Some things are 3 weeks. Oh, the bed moving. Oh. So the gantry and the print head doesn't move. The whole freaking bed moves on that. That's interesting. Well, my understanding, the justification for having bed fixed and print head move is then you don't have the initial inertia of your, and the dynamically changing inertia of having your print object move. So when your print object's moving around, as it's printing, the dynamics in the frame, vibration, all that stuff changes as your print grows in mass, right? So, that's my understanding of the main reason why we don't want the print bed to move. The print bed can still move down, but having it move like front to back or side to side. Oh, it does move just along the z-axis. Got it. Yeah. In that case, yeah, for sure. But that's how all the core XY machines are. Well, that's not true. Oh, no. That's right. The the Voron like 2.4. Right. The whole gantry moves up and down. The bed is fixed. You're right. Yeah. No, I think you might have worded it right, but I was thinking one of us made a mistake there. Either you worded it wrong or you worded it right, and I thought about it wrong. And I'm also trying to do this final glide here. I'm flying 110 miles per hour, and I'm on final glide here, guys. Let me bring up the map here. The long final glide. That's not the map. Here we go. We're headed in here. It's been a fun task. Super cool scenery. Not super challenging, but a little bit challenging. Had some interesting terrain. And Sharky comes in here and distracts me talking about 3D printers. Which is all good, because 3D printers are awesome. I'm still 3D printing like every day at work, by the way, too. So that, definitely not getting away from it. The 3D printed bike is great, by the way. It's sitting right back over here behind me. I actually haven't ridden it in a while, and that's really only because I got a new racing bike, and the new racing bike is like super awesome. And so even on days when I just ride to work, like I take the racing bike out. So. Do you fly IRL? So I have about 10 years of experience, a little over 10 years of experience flying hang gliders in real life. Not sailplanes or gliders like this. They recently added gliders to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And although I don't, fly these in real life, I don't know how to fly them in real life, it really just came as second nature to me. The way we fly gliders, the way we fly hang gliders, in terms of how we soar, how we do soaring flight, finding lift, working lift, climbing, flying cross country. So it's been a lot of fun flying gliders in the sim. So hang gliders are the one where you're inside the triangle. Yeah. So the control frame is a triangular control frame. You have two tubes that call those the down tubes. And then you have a horizontal control bar. And you're strapped in with a harness. And you hold onto this control bar and you use that to steer. By shifting your weight forward, back, left or right. And the wings are made out of some type of fabric. Usually woven polyester fabric called Dacron. Hattie Man! First time chatter. What's up, Hattie Man? Thanks for joining the channel. Are you coming to the Red Rocks comp next year? I am not coming to the Red Rocks comp next year, Hattie Man. I'm basically retired from hang gliding at this current time. Maybe someday I'll pick it up again, but not anytime soon. That sounds so scary for someone afraid of heights. That's what people always say. That. That's the thing is. I'm totally afraid of heights. Don't get me on. I'm not getting on a ladder. Like at work, if there's like something that needs to be like you know, you have to get on a ladder. I'm not doing that. Nope. I don't get on ladders. But flying, you don't have that fear of heights when you're flying. It's a different sensation. You don't, because it's not really a fear of heights. It's a fear of falling. It's kind of cliche to say that, but it's true. So, you know, when you're like standing on the edge of a ladder or on a tall building or something, you get that like that tightening in your diaphragm or whatever, and you like, you know, that clenching. No, it's not that at all. It's because it's two things. It has nothing to do with the height. It's two things. It's number one, you're moving through the air, right? You're not just standing motionless on like a platform where you could just fall off, right? You're moving through the air, right? I mean, like right now, like, so you can see, you look around you see the terrain moving, right? So you don't have that same, falling sensation. But secondly, and probably the most important aspect of it, is you're in control. And like a lot, I think this has to do with like just a lot of fears in general that we have to do with being in control, right? So if you're operating a vehicle that you have control over, you know, you know where it's going to go because you make it. I want to turn right. I go right. Like, there's a mountain there, you know? Don't go that way, right? So you have control. Yeah, so, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. So mainly I think it has to do with control, but also just the fact that you're moving through the air. That you don't get that fear of heights sensation. Yeah, it's totally counterintuitive. But I know a lot of pilots, hang glider pilots or airplane pilots, probably like full on, like probably even like fighter pilots or airline pilots that tell you they're terrified of heights. That's why it's much more scary for me to fly in a passenger jet than sitting next to a pilot in a light plane. Yeah, I mean, and in a passenger jet, you're crammed in there like sardines, right? And if you're lucky, you get the window seat, but then you can only see like, you know, this amount out the side, right? So you'd really have, yeah, you're just at the mercy of whatever the airplane is doing. But in a small airplane, yeah, you're sitting next to the pilot. You know, you can see him turn the yoke, and you can see exactly what's happening. You can communicate with him. So, and I'm coming into goal here, guys. You can see there's a bunch of people already on the ground in front of me that flew much more efficiently than I did today, but that's okay. I wasn't really too concerned with racing so much. Just having a good time and checking out this cool scenery and flying with you guys. This was a task you could definitely fly fast. You can fly much faster. Well, for one thing, if you know what you're doing, and for another thing, if you know the terrain, if you're familiar with the area. And I am not familiar with the area. I did one flight in the sim here in the Alps, but we weren't quite. It was a different route. We were much higher, so a little bit tricky to kind of navigate around those peaks back there. But it was a lot of fun. So I'm headed in here to the airport. I'll go down here and land, do some aerobatics. Hattie, man, this looks a lot better than Condor. Don't get me started on Condor, dude. I've had people tell me like, oh, you should try Condor. No, complete joke. It's a complete joke. I would never touch that. The beeping definitely has some calming. Yeah, so the beeping, Sharky, means you're going up. The beeping is this instrument here. When the number's positive, it's beeping. And it's indicating your rate of climb. So beeping means you're in rising air. Yeah, Hattie, man. Yeah, exactly. So beeping means you're in rising air. And in a glider where you don't have a motor, you know, you're always going down. So if you're trying to get somewhere, you need to be going up, and that's the Vario tells you. Hattie man, don't forget to follow the channel down below. We're doing a lot of glider flying on this channel. There's some really cool stuff. We have like multiplayer aspect in here. In fact, I'm flying these 3 guys down in front of me. They have already finished. One guy in the air looks like still. I'm gonna go in here and do some aerobatics and go land. And then I think I need to go do some more flying because it's been we need to get Scott by Scott in here. He's just got his new HOTAS. It's amazing how efficient those planes are. Must basically fly forever. Oh, these things are incredibly efficient, dude. These are, yeah, these are, yeah. These sailplanes, these airplanes get something like a, somewhere around a 40-to-1 glide ratio. That means that if you're 1 mile in the air, so like 5,280 feet or whatever, right? That means you can glide for 40 miles. So that is crazy. Oh, you did follow, man. Okay, I didn't see a notification on that, so maybe you followed earlier, yeah. You've been a YouTube subscriber and you love the Dreaming Awake series. Cool, man. Appreciate that. All right, I need to make sure I hit the finish line, but the finish line is gigantic, so I'm going to hit it right here. And I came in with 3,000 feet. I could have flown that last leg so much faster, but that's okay. What a cool spot to land here. Tell Trevor Jacobs. Oh, yeah, my motor's dead, right? I should just jump out, right? Here, let me open my canopy. You saw that video, huh? What a clown. What an absolute clown. Yeah. And now is the part where we go upside down. I like to do the loop into the barrel roll. That's my favorite maneuver. The airport below me there. Yeah, that's the dude that crashed his plane for the views. Exactly. Even Scott by Scott could tell that that was entirely intentional. Whoa, way past the red line there. Woo! That was a little. Yeah, this story gets pretty deep, and like how he bought the airplane from this woman, and like, yeah, he like was, yeah, I don't know. It's fortunately he the FAA did take away his pilot's license. You can do a lot of aerobatics in these things too. Hopefully he'll never get his license back. Yeah, I can agree with that. Can I do a hammerhead? No, we're just gonna stall nose up here. Not fast enough for that. Woo! That's how you enter a stall spin there. That could have been a... That could have broken the glider. I have the realism turned off, so that won't happen. That's a tumble and a hang glider. Oh yeah, that would have 100% been a tumble. Alright, we're gonna set up for, I'm gonna try to do the double beat up landing. I haven't tried this yet. Probably too high to do it right now. Oh shit. Oh, you know what? Another thing that I didn't do, another thing that totally would have broke the glider is I didn't dump my ballast before doing that. Whoops-a-daisy. A little bit high wing loading for the aerobatics there. Why do you want ballast? That's another one of those kind of loaded questions. The heavier you are, ballast makes you heavier, and the heavier you are, the higher your wing loading, which is how much weight per square area of wing. And higher wing loading means all of your glide speeds are faster. Means you glide faster. Makes you glide faster with the same glide performance. Sort of, Hattie, man. It depends on conditions. It depends on wind. It depends on lift. Generally, that's the case. It makes you glide faster, but not necessarily the same performance. So if it's a strong day like today where we had a lot of strong ridge lift, then you want a lot of ballast. It sounds counterintuitive, exactly. Yeah. A lot of things that deal with physics and aerodynamics are very counterintuitive. Yep. You can kind of think of it as, one way to think of it is momentum. Or inertia, actually, because the more mass you have, the more inertia you have, and the more inertia you have, the more you are, the more restrictive, or the harder it is to make you move, right? The more inertia you have. Right on the red line here as we come down the runway. So a day like today with like strong lift, then you want a lot of ballast, and then if it's really light conditions, really light lift, then you want not a lot of ballast. Coming in hot. Yeah, that was pass number 1. I'm gonna go as high as I can, and I'm gonna make another pass. Let's see if I have enough energy to do 2 of these. I'm gonna try to come right in over these guys that were parked down here. Say what's up to these boys. I'll climb out, drop my landing gear. And I go 180 back to the runway. No problem. Tons of energy. Look at that. I need to put the spoilers all the way on. Super fast. Let's get the external view on the landing. I've never done this before. This might actually make landing easier. Whoa, bounce, big bounce, big bounce. There we go. Woo! We did it, boys. The double beat up landing. There it is. Haven't done that yet. Let's turn the computer off so it logs it in the flight book. Sometimes it does. No? Yeah, it might do it. Let's see. How many other guys here? Or did they leave? Oh. Oh, my other guys left. I scared them away with my terrible aerobatics. Well, I can't blame them for that. Let me get off the runway here. Oh, there it goes. 2 hours and 42 minutes flight time. Pop the canopy there. I think, let's see if this will tell me that. Yeah, task time. 2 hours, 8 minutes that task time. That's not too bad. Especially because I wasn't even really trying to go super fast. Definitely could have shaved 10 minutes off of there where I was just kind of fooling around with a mountain. But that was cool because it was fun to fly. Let's give you guys the, show you the map there. What we did. We're up here in Switzerland. Ran along the ridge there. Does the sim have comms built in, or would you have to use Discord or something? Yeah, most guys are using Discord. The sim has like air traffic control stuff. You know, I just had that turned off because I don't care about, like, you can talk to air traffic control, but that's the last thing I want to do in this sim. So. Yeah, most guys use Discord, and the guys that I was flying with here today, they're in another channel, and yeah, they all left. They all finished. So, but that's good. That's all right. Yeah. But super fun. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. That was a fun flight. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me see. Yeah, let's go. Let's drop a raid in on Sparky Pilot 86. Hang out. She's a cool pilot. She's doing GA flying. She's like a new IRL pilot and using the sim to, you know. So she actually understands instruments and stuff. I don't do that stuff. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Thanks Sharky Official for the follow. Thanks Duke Nukem for the raid. Chunky Flyer for the follow. Shag Free. Ent Pro. Thanks, you guys. Cross Country Ken, he followed me before we started. Heidi Man, thanks. Hattie Man, thanks for hanging out. Let's go, we'll go hang out with Sparky Pilot 86.
Man, we've had some awesome raids.
This is our first raid.
I think this is our first raid. We've had some all kinds of fun people in the chat. All you guys. We had Oh Can Do for a little while. Aviator Chris came and hung out. So great. All right, so